Good morning, Magic Tribe. I am Nina Diedrich, and this is Magic Mom 101. We're here for another Magic Morning. And since nobody made any donations this week except for Miss Vanessa, she is going to be our card getting pulled today. So I'm going to go ahead and wait till the end. So Vanessa, make sure you stick through the entire show and watch the end so you can see what your cards are for today and the coming week. So I hope you all fared the full moon well and are feeling, if not completely back to usual, at least a little bit less out of sorts. I also hope you guys all have some awesomely fun plans for this weekend. Good morning, Ronnie. My love to you this morning. So I have decided to not do free card Fridays anymore. So on Fridays from now on, everybody that makes donations during the week, and yes, $1 counts, will get cards pulled on Friday. And that's going to be my little added thank you to those of you who are helping to contribute to our collective growth here. I am also still offering personal readings and mentorships and a few other things too, if you ask. But I'm not really advertising any of that. So I'll hit a plug-in every now and then on here, on Facebook or something like that. But I'm not actively advertising for clients right now. Those of you who are connected with me at the moment are definitely all I need to negotiate with at the moment. The reason I started to kind of make that decision is just because it's really hard for me to give so much out energetically all of the time. And there are those of you who contribute in other ways. So don't think I'm cutting anybody off as far as things I already do. But I'm not going to be doing a lot more extra stuff for a bit. Just because I need to get everything settled down in my own existence and as far as balancing everything out that's been changing in my life as well. So, as I said at the beginning, for those of you that missed it, Vanessa is the only one who made donations this week, so I'll pull a card for her at the end. If anybody else would like to make donations during the show, just hit me up in the chat and let me know, and then I'll pull your card after hers at the end of today's live stream, okay? Just because everybody probably didn't get the memo, and I realized that the little video blurb that I did to put out on YouTube the other day didn't post at all. So I apologize for the fact that you guys are just getting this notification right now. Those of you who are connected with me on Facebook did get my little message on there. If you're a frequent watcher on the Magic Mom page, but with the algorithms on Facebook, it's really hard. So make sure you're checking on there at least a couple times a week, just to make sure that you're getting all of the notifications. And make sure you click the little bell button too next to the subscribe on here as well, because I know when I check my analytics, only about 30% of you are getting the bell notifications that I'm going live and things like that too. So out of the 200 plus subscribers we now have on Magic Mom 101, only probably 40 of you are getting notifications about my videos. So YouTube likes to unclick the little bells on your subscriber list. So make sure you go back in there and check them. Okay? Awesome. Thank you, Ronnie. Yeah, no problem. PayPal is kind of tricky sometimes, especially if you use Apple Pay or anything like that that's through there too. Right? That's what I heard too. So I just want to make sure that I'm getting that note out there that, and for those of you who do have YouTube channels as well, if you're noticing a viewer drop, that's probably why. So make sure you're putting a note out there to everybody to make sure that they're hitting the little bell button. That way you can make sure that everybody's being notified when you're going live, because a lot of us don't check every day, or we don't realize why we're not getting any of our notifications as well. And I realized that I wasn't getting most of mine, so I went through my own subscriptions too and made sure that all mine were. And I think probably about 75% of mine were unclicked. And I always make sure I click it right away. So it was definitely some sort of a YouTube glitch. And it's probably because of all the updates and stuff they've been doing, I'm sure. And they're getting ready to switch over to the new beta creator studio, which I'm not really thrilled with. But I think it's just because I'm a creature of habit and I like the old one. But, you know, it is what it is. Anyways, oh my goodness. Now that I have sit here and yacked for 7 minutes about randomness, how about we get into some cards for today, huh? All right. I think we're going to start with the Earth Magic deck because I want to read a little blurb out of Stephen D. Farmer's brain today. Start with the Oracle card. Ooh, I like it. We get the Stillness card. So the lake. This one totally kind of reminds me of the lagoon in the Notebook. I don't know if it reminds anybody else of that, but it totally does me. And I always think about this as kind of not the stillness before the storm, but the stillness right afterwards. So if you've ever been in a really, really big storm, like a tornado or a hurricane or even just a major thunderstorm, you know all about the stillness right afterwards. And that's kind of the point we're at right now. Hi, babe. I love you too. Have a good day at work. So let's go ahead and read what Stephen D. Farmer has to say about stillness and the lake. Apologize for my stuffy nose. We've got a lot of flowers and stuff blooming over here, and I somehow weirdly ended up with hay fever. So the stillness card says, the subdued pastels of the early morning light quietly announce that the night is over and the sun is rising. The lake itself hasn't awakened from its rest and remains still and undisturbed. It welcomes the coming day, ready to respond with grace and fluidity to whatever currents and movements appear in its belly or upon its skin. The surrounding vegetation thrives from the abundant water near the shoreline, and the unaccompanied boat lies in wait for its next passenger. All is at rest in this scene. It's in the deep internal stillness that we find our being and come to know that we are intimately united with all of creation. To achieve this mindset, we must slow down once in a while and get away from the surroundings that interfere and distract our inner tranquility. When we do so, this profound stillness is available at all times, regardless of the environment. We can experience this sensation with steady, conscious breathing, or we can simply pause for a few moments and be still. The message of this card says, the tempo of life these days has sped up considerably, and there seems to be no end to this quickening pace. Immersed as we are in the technological whirlpool, there seems no escape. However, there is no need to be a prisoner to the hurry up syndrome, nor is there a need to feel trapped by the awareness of the collective intensities that massive numbers of humans are experiencing these days. No matter if the noise is from your environment or your seemingly nonstop thinking, it is critical for you to seek stillness. Find it in your world, whether it is a special place in your home or a place in nature that is far from human-made noise. Of particular importance is finding it inside yourself, which can be made easier by being in a quiet place in a natural setting. Doing so not only relaxes your mind, but also heightens your awareness and senses. Pardon me, hold on. I apologize for that, you guys. I just totally had this serious sneezing attack. Hopefully I'm not getting a cold. All right. So I love how Stephen D. Farmer talks about how still a lake is first thing in the morning. And I love that a lot more than my own analogy. And we constantly underestimate our own ability to adapt by telling our brains to shut up. We constantly overthink everything. And when we do that, we kind of put a roadblock in our own way. And when we do that, we're kind of looking at our spirit guides and angels and kind of giving them a big middle finger and telling them that all the effort that they're trying to make for us is for naught because we got this all by ourselves, right? Because we're so in control. And I have a mosquito in here. And we don't need anybody else's help, right? Now is the time for us to kind of put that on a back burner and realize that maybe we don't have this all by ourselves and we need all the help we can get right now because we are going into something that we don't understand. Leveling up in this way like this has never been done in the history of this world. We may have done it in other lifetimes as other dimensional beings, of course. So we have the memories of that. But in this lifetime, we're getting to do this all again. But in a way where we actually know what's happening. And I think that's the hardest part for a lot of people to kind of wrap their heads around is that a lot of the stuff that we've been hearing for 20 plus years as, conspiracy theories or whatnot is turning out to be true. And now we're sitting back going, well, bucksicles, if that's true, maybe this other thing is true. And, and that's how the panic sets in. Don't be rocked by all the disclosure, okay? In order for things to change, we have to look at them as they are. So try not to pay attention to any of that, okay? Right now, what we want to focus on is our gratitude that we get to do all of this together, in our physical bodies, And in that way, we're helping to raise the collective consciousness of the entire planet with the planet herself, you know? And there's nothing scary about any of it. Yeah, sometimes things happen, but sometimes always things happen. Things have always happened. What we need to center ourselves in right now is our ability to adapt. And the best way to do that is finding our stillness, right? So let's get another card from Stephen D. Farmer. And our next most important thing to do is grounding. Okay, this is also the keynote card for this deck. As above, so below, right? Go within or go without is never been more apparent than right now. Ditto, husband, and equally blessed to have you. So, what do we need to focus on, my friends, but the fact that happiness is our birthright. None of us are here to struggle. We're here to be happy. We stop ourselves by concentrating on the struggle. So, pull out your rocks. Find some new ones. But focus. Focus as hard as you can on this reality. The beauty of this thought. Follow the fairy trail. It won't lead you astray. All right, now let's get some from the Nature's Whisper Oracle. Let's consider our, let's just continue our earth magic. And we get so many 8s lately. Culmination of vision. And I can't help but notice that this card looks rather fall-like. And we are going to be reaching big culminations October through December of this year, right before 2020 starts and our new eclipse cycle. Culmination of vision, 35, number 8. It's a little Alice in Wonderland-ish, right? After she comes out of the rabbit hole and realizes she was asleep the whole time. We're kind of doing the same thing, everyone. Realizing that we've been asleep this whole time. It's time to wake up. So rub those sleepies from out your eyes and grab your favorite beverage. Shit's about to get deep. Let's get another card. I just felt a huge energetic rise, so you're definitely... I went half my deck on the floor. You know what that means. Big messages. Patience, my cards. Patience. Let's try this again. One at a time. One at a time. There it is. All right. Okay, so another 8. Be true to your heart. It knows where you're going, right? Consider your heart like your instruction manual, and your brain and your ego is more like the processor that can only tell you what's already happened. But your heart is what tells you what's going to happen, okay? And I realize that this makes us super vulnerable. It's okay. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's a 7. 34. Okay? So we have 26, 34, and 35. And I can't help but notice our vulnerability is stuck between these two fall cards. Fall is when we face our shadows as well. So that could have some sort of a significance as well. There is a vulnerability in following our vision and being true to our heart. So the message is, pretty in your face. Are you listening to your, little self, your ego? Or are you listening to your expanded heart self, which really knows where you're going, and it's the voice of your soul? Your brain is just the voice of your human. And remember, you are not a human doing, but a human being. And that is what's most important. What you're being, not what you're doing. Or I guess what you're being while you're doing is probably even better. Let's get a Divine Wisdom card from Neale Donald Walsch. And then I'm going to start pulling everybody's cards. Well, I'm going to pull Ronnie's and Vanessa's anyway. Oh, we get 2 today. So, nice. Oh, I love this one. Okay, so here is a little spring picture. And I love the sunflowers. It always makes me feel or think of really late summer. So our spring picture in our little walk through the woods says, listen to your feelings. Listen to your highest thoughts. Listen to your experience. Whenever any one of these differ from what you've been told by your teachers or read in your books, forget the words. Words are the least reliable purveyor of truth, remember? Because you are goodness and mercy and compassion and understanding. You are peace and joy and light. You are forgiveness and patience, strength and courage, a helper in time of need, a comforter in time of sorrow, a healer in time of injury, a teacher in times of confusion. You are the deepest wisdom and the highest truth, the greatest peace and the grandest love. You are these things. And in moments of your life, you have known yourself as these things. And you will again. And that's what this is all about. All right, one more from Neale Donald Walsch. It's this one. And here's our culmination. By this fall, we're all going to be feeling this deep. Each soul is a master, though some do not remember their origins or their heritages. Yet each creates the situation and the circumstances for its own highest purpose and its own quickest remembering in each moment called now. Right? Sometimes the route chosen is one that involves a little bit of pain. But it's never anything more than what you can deal with. And if you feel like it is, ask for help. Right? I don't know where this tickle is coming from, but it's driving me batty. I'm just going to pause it just for a second. Goodness. Okay. Right? For me too, Ronnie. It's been really crazy. Ever since I came back, the messages have definitely been a lot clearer, and we're almost going more in a storybook format every day. You can kind of see how everything culminates when I do them every day like this. And then I kind of like the way it's turning out. Thank you guys for all being a part of this and my journey. I appreciate it more than you know. Oh, that one jumped right out into my hand. So Vanessa, your first card is Original Source. The Great Mystery, 37, the 10. I see a big completion coming for you, and it is going to reveal to you who and what you really are. Like that. Get one more from here, and then I'm going to do one Universe Has Your Back card too. That right here. And nice. 5, the Standing People, Roots and Giving. Okay, so for you, Vanessa, you're going to be really focusing on giving yourself roots. This isn't about giving to other people or establishing roots for other people right now. This is you establishing your own through, the creative forces of the one. So maybe you're reaching some sort of turning point in your spirituality this week. That sounds kind of fun and interesting. You'll have to let me know how that resonates with you, Vanessa. Let's get your, oh my goodness, Universe Has Your Back card. There it is. Oh, and you get my favorite prayer. So this is apparently going to be extremely important for you, Vanessa. But let's say it all together, okay? Thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perceptions so that I can see what is of the highest good today and all days. May it be so. Those are great cards, Vanessa. All right, Ronnie, your turn, my love. Oh. Oh. Babe, respect, sacred space, 44, and my personal card. Boy, we must be on the same wave right now, babe. So this is not necessarily about receiving respect from other people, but giving it to yourself by establishing your sacred space, saying, this is for me. Whether it's time, money, energy, whatever it is, set it aside for you. And it's an 8. So many 8s. One more from Soul Path. Oh, a bunch fell on the ground, but only 2 fell face up. So I'm going to take them because they said so. And oh my goodness. This may throw you a little bit, Ronnie, so I hope you're sitting down. Rites of Passage, 21. Change. Okay. So, a 3. And then 22. Hyoka, humor and opposites. Remember, you are the mirror, my dear. Right now, what the universe is showing you is the fact that you're showing people who and what they really are as much as you're showing yourself. All right. And now from Gabby. Shit doesn't lie, people. It doesn't lie. One more for Robbie. Here it is. Beautiful. I love this one. So, the presence of love will always cast out fear, Ronnie. Go Team Love, right? I'm going to pull one more for you, too, out of the Sacred Path, or the Sacred Traveler. Are they? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. See? Doesn't lie. It doesn't lie. All right, one more for Ronnie. Nice. Oh, I love this one. Distant thunder. Clear the air, babe. Spill it. If you have to say it, say it. Okay? It's time. Now for everyone, I love you dearly, dear. Affirmators. We got a jumper. Engagement. Right? So, our note for everyone today is engagement. Today, I want you to make a conscious choice to engage with the world in an active way. Take a new route and talk to strangers. Smell flowers, pet dogs, maybe walk around barefoot for a while, as long as you're not inside a 7-Eleven. At the very least, you're going to have a day that's slightly more interesting than average. And at the most, you're going to have a startling epiphany or make a friend who will change your life forever. No pressure. But I tell you what, even if today my face is the only new one you see, know that you made a friend in me. Welcome to the Majik Tribe. And whether you're here for a minute or the rest of your life, know I love you all beyond measure. And it was a joy, yet again, to bring you these messages. I'm wishing all of you the most fantastic Friday. I can't wait to see all of you tomorrow morning. And remember, be good. Be good to yourselves. Most of all, be good to each other. There's enough haters out there. Let's not add to it, all right? Team love all the way. Because fear is just false evidence appearing real. And we're here to learn the truth, right? The truth is, I gotta go to work. Bye, everyone. I love you. And I'll see you all tomorrow morning.